Um, Hi, I guess. This is my first video, so I apologize if it's awkward. Uh, I guess I should introduce myself first. My name is Caroline. I go by Carly most of the time now. I'm 14. I'll be starting high school in the fall. Um, I play soccer. I swim. Pretty much a normal girl. But for the past, I'd say, 6 years, I've had a problem. And I guess today I'd like to talk about that problem. It's not really a problem for me anymore, but it was something that weighed on my conscience, and it was driving me insane for the longest time. Um, in second grade, when all the girls were obsessed over this one guy named Alex, I wasn't. I didn't find him attractive. I didn't think he was funny. I thought that this girl who absolutely hated me was the most beautiful thing on earth, and I thought, oh, it's just a phase. I'll grow out of it. It's normal. And in fifth grade, I went out with this guy, and he was really nice, really, really polite, and we were best friends before we started dating. Um, but he was at my house one day, and my other friend, who was a girl, and her boyfriend were over, and the other boyfriend was talking to my boyfriend and said, have you kissed her yet? We'd been going out for like a month then. And he replied no. And so the other guy was like, well, you should do it. Go do it. It was the most awkward thing I have ever experienced in my life. It was, ugh. I don't even like thinking about it. It was really awkward. Like, he just kind of like leaned in with his eyes closed and just like smashed his lips into mine. It didn't do anything for me. And he kissed me after that, after we'd been going out for like half a year, and I just didn't feel anything. I didn't feel that spark that my friends talked about. I didn't feel the flutter of your heart, and it just wasn't doing it for me. And I stupidly agreed to be my friend, who was the girl's kissing dummy, because she wanted to practice for her boyfriend. And I felt something, and I kept it a secret for so long. I played it off. I acted as if, oh God, that was so funny, and, she moved and I moved, and I started in a new school, and it's just been weighing on my conscience. And I've gone on Tumblr, and I've watched people's videos on YouTube, and it just kept weighing me down, and I wished I could say something about it, but I couldn't. Because the people around here aren't really accepting of homosexuals, or the fact that people are attracted to the same gender as them. A lot of people here are really religious, and they believe it's a sin and all homosexuals should go to hell because of who they decide to love. And I couldn't say anything for the longest time. And I made an ask.fm because all my friends had it, and people started being really mean to me on it. And I guess I expected that because I'm not the most popular girl. I'm kind of nerdy, I'm not quiet, but some people think I'm weird because I have ADHD, and they just find that sometimes my hyperactivity is too much to handle. And someone pushed me too far. They sent me a question. They're like, you're so ugly. No guys will ever like you. I bet you're a lesbian. You stupid bitch. And I snapped. I literally said, I I basically poured out what I've been trying to say to you guys, and I was crying. I was sobbing by the time I was done because it felt so good to get it out of my system. it felt so good to finally be able to say the words that I've been meaning to say to people for 6 years now. And I was so afraid that my friends would hate me because not a lot of them are gay friendly. They don't support gay marriage. They don't think it's right. They're always saying how wrong it is, how it's not in the Bible, how it's a sin. And then the questions started rolling in. Are you serious about this? Are you actually a lesbian? Are you really gay? Are you sure it's not just a phase? It's not a phase. It's not. You can try to tell me that I'm too young to understand, that I'm too young to know who I want to be with. But I know it's not a phase. And some of the people surprised me. All these comments started rolling in, you're so brave for doing this. I'm so proud of you. You must feel relieved. And people who I didn't really talk to at school, they were commenting, telling me how proud they were of me, how amazed that they were that I would have the strength to do something like that. And it made me realize that bottling this secret, this who I am inside of me for so long, I was afraid. I was terrified. And when it was over with, I felt so much better. And, people are still commenting, someone said I'm their new role model, and it's like, I didn't do anything special. I just came out and told people who I was, who I preferred, and I guess what I'm trying to say is, if you try and hide from yourself, try to hide who you are from the rest of the world, from yourself, it is going to be harder to come out of your shell. It's going to be harder to come out and tell people that, hey, I like guys, or hey, I like girls. And I may be 14, but I can tell you that I feel pretty mature right now. And I still have my whole life ahead of me. And why would I wait so long denying myself the freedom of being able to speak truthfully about who I liked until I was in college or even an adult? So, just take a deep breath. Don't bottle it up. Don't try to hide it. Because it can really hurt you. You listen to people and you're sitting in the classroom and you hear them, oh my God, that's so gay. That comment is dropped on a daily basis. And people don't even stop to think about how it may make us feel, how it may make the gay community feel when we could be sitting right next to them, not saying a thing because we're terrified to death of how they might treat us if we came out and said that we are, in fact, gay. So, don't hide from yourself or from anybody else, because you deserve the right to be able to be yourself. And you shouldn't let anybody take that away from you. Anybody.